Hello, this is Intuitive Anna Priscilla. Tonight I wanted to do a review of two decks that I think are linked. They're both minimalist modern style decks, and they also both talked about the quantum and illustrate the energy rather than necessarily avert illustrations. So they're talking about the energy behind manifestation in their way of illustrating them. So the first deck, which came out in 2017, is the Fountain Tarot. And you can see it's a beautiful laminated box. This is a very modern deck, and I'm going to show you a lot of cards from it. Minimalist, pretty abstract art. And then we have the Field Tarot, which I just recently purchased. This was created in 2020. Similar to the Fountain, I kind of feel like the Fountain's the male and the Field is the female equivalent of that. So both decks, you can see the Fountain card here is the central premise of the Fountain deck, and it's basically talking about the field that unites everything. The all that is. You can see the infinity sign. So you might think of this as the quantum field, now that we have quantum mechanics and quantum physics. So this is the all it is, the unity of everything. Everything comes from this place and manifests on different levels. And then the field, there isn't a card, but the field is again the field, the sacred space where all things manifest from. So we can see that both of them are pretty much talking about the same thing and illustrating the principles behind what's manifesting. So for many years, of course, I've used the Rider-Waite deck, with highly illustrated clones of that deck. But I was beginning to want a little bit of something a little bit more subtle, a little quieter, basically. So I pulled out my Fountain deck, which I'd had for several years, and took another look at it. And I'm just going to show you a few cards. So, like, this is an example of the illustrations. So they're very angular, very pale, very abstract. So this is like the Fool, where here she's jumping off the cliff. And here we have the Magician. Again, he's seeing all of this in his mind's eye. Beautiful, beautiful illustration. Very muted colors. The High Priestess is quite different here. So kind of modern, contemporary, a little bit surreal. Here we have the Emperor. Here he is, full of boxes. So this uses a lot of sacred geometry. This is about probably the most vibrantly colored card in the deck. And I want to just show you some of the same cards in the Field deck. So here we have the Fool is called the beginning. Here we have the Innocence. Here she's facing her future, quite open and naked. We have the Magician. Again, you can see very minimalist. Uses a lot of figures in this deck, but not the usual trappings. But obviously, you can tell what they are. The High Priestess, here she is. This is designed by a graphic designer, and I think she's done a beautiful job. But again, modern, contemporary, diverse, very different. And then this is a wonderful, the Empress. And then the Emperor. So follows the Rider-Waite on some level, but also deviates quite a bit from it. So this is just an example of the difference in the, but a similar sort of style. So this is the Lovers in the Fountain Tarot. And this is the Lovers in the Field. So both writers of these decks have expressed the idea that, these are kind of archetypes or patterns of energy that are expressing the ideas behind what's manifesting. So with the Fountain Tarot, we have the wands, and these are all yellow. They're very much concerned with the energy of fire. But again, very kind of abstract. Instead of the wand, we have this sword almost of fire. So instead of the traditional wand, we have a figure using the energy. So wonderfully crafted cards. This would be the Eight of Wands. Usually you see these wands all flying through the air. Here we have the energy flying towards. And then with the field, we actually have a wand with the moon and the sun. And again, we have the Two of Wands. There's also keywords, so this would be planning, two energies coming together. This would be union. Vision, sorry. The three energies coming together to create something. So they follow very much the Rider-Waite, but just have a different way of expressing them. So the earth element in the fountain is all green. You can see it's green, very. So this, for example, is the Five of Coins, which is traditionally, some people out in the cold outside of a church. Where in the field, we have the actual window, and it's called destitution. So same idea, sort of same kind of abstraction of the original Rider-Waite. We have, let's see, okay, so this would be the Nine of Wands, Nine of Coins, Nine of Pentacles in the Fountain Tarot. And here we have the Nine of Coins, which is culmination in the Field Tarot. So this is almost a Marseille. So some of these are abstract. They don't have the pictures, as you can see, that we would find on the Rider-Waite. So then we have the Cups suit in the Fountain Tarot. These are all blue. So here we have the cup. You can see the water in this. And here we have a kind of a more traditional cup in the Field Tarot. So the fountain is a little bit more abstract. Here we have the Two of Cups. This is beautiful. They're throwing their cups up together. And we see them in space. And here we have kind of a more traditional, a very reduced image. I love the hair on these cards. But both of them have the same kind of idea of being this kind of minimal energy, which I really love. They're very beautiful. So this is the Three of Cups in the fountain. Then we have the three ladies in the field, and we have the keyword of friendship. And in the swords are pretty similar. So the swords are all kind of blue and white in the Fountain Tarot. Here we have this kind of sword of light. And here in the Field Tarot, we have a similar color scheme, but we have an actual sword. For the Two of Swords in the fountain, we have her in the water. She's talking about choices. And here, this is she's in the water with her purple hair and her tats. Decision in the Field Tarot. So then the Three of Swords in the fountain, we have this brittle glass heart and this cold mountain. We have a much more vibrant heart in the Three of Swords, the stormy sky. So these, I would say, I would sort of call these decks the yin and yang of kind of minimalist tarot. Here we have the Five of Swords. Here he is walking on his swords. Where here we have almost a Marseille image of the Five of Swords, and it says defeat. So here we have comparison. Here he is. He's the winner. He's on the swords. And here we just have kind of the abstract image of defeat. I think these are beautiful. Six of Swords in the Fountain Tarot. You can see they've left the swords. They're rowing forward. And here we have the boat with the swords. So I think these are both beautiful decks. Seven of Swords in the Fountain. The idea of taking away, secreting away the swords. And in the Field Tarot, we have Deception. We have the little fox. So if you're looking for a minimalist type deck, you're kind of tired of the highly illustrated decks you've been using, you want a little bit more of a Zen feeling, I would suggest you try either the Fountain Tarot or the Field Tarot. The Fountain Tarot has its beautiful, comes in a beautiful magnetic box. It's almost holographic. And it says, "You are the voice and the breadth of the universe, of universes." So again, it's talking about that unity, that we are all in one. And then the field, of course, is talking about the field of energy that we're all enveloped in. It comes in a cardboard box. And it says, "The Field Tarot was created to guide readers through the sacred space, the field, where the tarot narrative takes place." There you go. So, just a little review, quick little review. Both have little guidebooks that come. You can see the fountain is beautifully produced, kind of holographic and glittery. And then the field. It's got a cute little guidebook too. The fountain is much wordier. It has a lot more philosophical information about each card, where the field guidebook is much briefer. Both of them are just wonderful decks to explore if you're looking for something new. If you're looking for something a little bit more abstract. I would say that I would consider the art in the Fountain Tarot a little bit more masculine, and perhaps the art in the Field Tarot a little bit more feminine, more color. This would be the equivalent in the Fountain. This is the one in the Field. So a good kind of yin and yang of simple decks, but very profound decks. So thanks for listening. Try them out if you're interested in something a little simpler, a little bit more abstract. I think that they're very intuitive, both of them, and it's also good sometimes just to change the deck that you use, and the different images give you a different intuitive hit. So I will leave you with these beautiful images from both decks, and maybe you'll make a connection with them. Thanks for listening. If you like, please like and subscribe, and I'll be back soon.